New series, Shots in Red Dead. So let's get it going. Let me turn down the volume. Got this Ohio State Nebraska game going on since Nebraska's winning 7-0. And here's the shot. Woo.
Whoa! This has got to be, I mean, it was an attempt that looked like it, maybe a surprise onside, the way he was trying to kick this football. Watch as his foot comes across.
Who knows what the hell that was.
I mean, there's no way this was an attempt of anything but a surprise onside. And so we talked about the aggressive decision by Scott Frost to go for on fourth down. Obviously trying to make another aggressive decision and keeping the football, maintaining the football, in part because of maybe some of their defensive struggles this year. Offside. Kicking team number 2.
By 1899, the age of outlaws and gunslingers was at an end.
First down, Ohio State. All right.
America was becoming a land of laws.
And Dwayne Haskins has had a fantastic year. And he's got a rocket for an arm. He can really stretch the field.
Even the West had mostly been tamed.
5th in the country, tied for the league in touchdown passes in the country. This kid's special. 30 touchdowns.
A few gangs still roamed, but they were being hunted down and destroyed. Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know that there's any that I've seen on film that he struggles with, regardless of short, intermediate, deep.
Rockstar Games presents.
By rule, the penalty can be added to the end of the kick. First down, Ohio State. Replacing, of course, the 4-year starter in J.T. Barrett. Alrighty, more than 2,800 starts the day with a handoff to J.K. Dobbins, who runs for 5. And as great as the passing offense has been for the Buckeyes, one of the glaring weaknesses Bruce talked about is the running game. In particular, it becomes exacerbated once they get down into the red zone, where it becomes a short, condensed portion of the field, and you've got to be able to run the football. They just struggle this year. Out of the pistol here, they started with back-to-back runs. JoJo Doman stops Dobbins.
Abigail says he's dying, Dutch. We'll have to stop someplace. Okay, Arthur's out looking. I sent him up ahead.
We don't stop soon, we'll all be dying. Weather insane. Just hoping the mob got as lost as we did.
Arthur! Any luck? I found a place where we can get some shelter. That Davy Ranch, buddy. You know. An old mine in town. Man, they fought. Come on!
Ohio State's got a 4th down and 2. Just hated the play call. I mean, look, you're Ohio State. You've got guys who are 6'6", 330 pounds across the line. Allow those guys to just put their head down and go get
Arthur.
But here's interesting decision on 4th down. Dobbins stops short.
Yes, he stopped. Chapter 1, Culture.
Turn it over on downs as Mohamed Berry slams the door. What a start for the Huskers, trying to pull off a huge upset here in Columbus.
Bring him in here.
Okay, State Farm, let's just say, hypothetically, that someone used Aaron's bathroom and that person lit a candle and the candle accidentally lit a towel on fire and the towel...
Get that fire lit, quick.
You just knew that?
Miss Jones, bring in whatever blankets we have.
Not once.
Mr. Pearson, see what we've got in terms of food.
Well, I meditate, and I make it go away.
Davy's dead.
We should definitely investigate it.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
What are we gonna do? We need supplies.
First of all, you're going to stay here.
You're driven, and you have a ton of goals. But you're stuck in the vicious cycle of credit card payments.
It's time to get a personal loan from SoFi.
See if we can find
Borrow up to $100K to pay off your credit cards, and then pay us back with one monthly payment. And it's all with zero fees.
Listen.
Get a personal loan and pay no fees.
Now we've had a bad couple of days.
So he switch. He can stream all the games he wants without eating up our family's data.
I love
4 lines for just $25 a month per line, each with unlimited gigs.
Jenny.
Go. Touchdown!
Sean.
Honey,
They may
ready
be
for
okay.
switch?
Yeah, baby.
We don't know.
Ready to stream every play? Switch to Boost.
We lost
4
some.
lines, just $25 per month per line.
Now,
Each with unlimited gigs.
if I
Plus,
could
get up to 4 free
throw myself in the ground
network.
in their stead,
Easy to switch. Switching makes it
I'd do it.
easy to save.
Bless them. But we're gonna ride out and we're gonna find some food. Everybody, we're safe now. There ain't nobody following us through a storm like
Come
this.
in for a test drive.
By the time they get here,
End up with a
well,
fun
we're gonna
ride.
be
The
long
Volkswagen Drive
gone.
to the Side event. Get a
We've
$1,000
been
bonus
through
on
worse than
select
this
2019
before.
Jetta and 2018 Tiguan Manassas 2.0 T models.
Miss Grimshaw, I need you to turn this place into
One
a
of the
camp.
issues with this Ohio State
They
run
be
game
here
is
for a
just
few
take a
days.
look at the line of scrimmage, all right?
Now, all of you,
You tell me, how much
all
movement
of
do
you,
you end up getting? And as I spoke about it before,
get yourselves
they've got the
warm.
size, they've got the athleticism.
Stay
Unfortunately, they're playing
strong.
too high at pad level. And that's where you
Stay
get beat.
with
Low man wins. In this case, Nebraska.
we ain't done yet.
Better technique, they're doing a better job.
Come on,
of
Archie.
being able to get enough push.
All right.
The other problem is Ohio State's not getting their offensive line up at second level.
We
So
ain't
you've
run
got-
into them yet. So they both must have headed down the hill.
First day in Nebraska.
Which was as expected, but
I ain't had
back
time
to
to
the point.
ask.
You've got linebackers running free who can
What
then
really
make their
went
stops
down
at the
back
line
there
of
on that
scrimmage and
boat?
stymie the run game before it
We
really
missed
gets
you.
going.
That's what happened. Come
Interesting
on.
decision to go for a fourth down. I think this early in the game, Joe, you got to
Hey,
kick it.
you need
You got to
horses?
give it
Oh,
and
yeah.
make it, but
And
take
Mr.
the
Smith,
points and
get
move
yourself
on
indoors.
instead of feeling like
Rest
you
that
need to go
hand.
for it just because maybe you saw
I'll live.
Nebraska play
Get
aggressive and go for
indoors,
it
son.
the drive before.
Matchup of two of college
We
football's
need you
winningest
strong.
programs. Ohio State
Okay.
second all-time in wins. Nebraska's fifth.
All right.
The series ahead, it's been dominated by Ohio
Ain't
State.
sure what we're gonna find out here, Dutch.
Winning the last two
We have to
matchups
try.
by a combined
Stay close.
118
We'll do our best to stick to the trail.
17. And that included when Nebraska was a top 10 team a
2
couple
days
years
or
ago.
more like this
Here,
now.
the
Oh,
Columbus
that's the
team
ball
got beat
over soon.
62-3. So the Huskers back at it from the 21. And a handoff to the right side that gets shut down with Maurice Washington.
Careful over this
That
bridge
by
here.
tough Borland.
One change that in the Ohio State defense is Sean Wade playing safety for Isaiah Pryor not suited up. How's that going to impact this defense? Well, typically Sean Wade would play your nickelback position. Because he's now playing safety, do you feel comfortable putting someone in there? Instead of Pete Warner's going to slide out and
He's the
slide.
last one, Arthur.
Washington again, ripped down by Chase
We
Young.
need to
It's
get
quickly
those
third
people
long.
warm and fed.
This is where Ohio State would like to win. Because now they've got those pass rushers in Chase Young, a guy like Draymond Jones, who can root to get after the quarterback. And for Nebraska, it becomes difficult. Because they've got no tendencies to either throw the speed or stand in the road. Those are the two guys who majority of the passes are
Right
targeted.
now, we got fire and
Ohio State
shelter.
on the
That's a
losing
start.
streak today. They average more than 3 per game. But is anybody in the Big Ten getting after the quarterback?
And what about the money? Please tell me you at least got the money before it all went to hell on that
Was
boat.
missed for the flag down.
Is that
was
someone coming towards us?
And he may have been wide open because of.
You up ahead. Who's there?
Let's see what the call is.
Micah.
Nebraska's been looking to get someone else
Gentlemen,
around to solve the throw it to
found
Jack Stoll on
anything?
fourth down.
I think so.
The last series.
Found a little homestead down that way.
Ralph Gold this
Okay.
time.
Anyone home?
Sure. Place is blazing. Light and noise. Sounded like a party.
Let's go see.
Follow me. How's Davey doing?
He didn't make it. Nor did little Jenny.
That's too bad. Davey was a real fighter. Both of them pound the boys in.
In early
And
October,
man, Sean, we don't
ten in
know.
the country, almost
Quite
50
a
yards per
business.
punt. Ohio State comes after it, but goes brought down the end zone. And so special teams putting a stamp on this game. Keandre Jones, the junior linebacker, walks it through the end zone. And the Buckeyes on the board for the special teams safety.
Check out where Jones comes from. He's going to come this side of it. And typically you've got your three-man rush, but no one accounts for it because of the overload rush by the Buckeyes on the other side. So that allows Jones to get to the punter as a free runner. He does the rest. Exactly what the Buckeyes needed to change the momentum.
Sure about this, Micah? Mr. Morgan, I never thought I would be so pleased to see your face. Been kind of lonely out here.
And market
Where's everyone else?
top of mind.
Old mining camp, back
That's
up the
because
hill.
Shield annuity
Huddled
from Bright House
around a
Financial
fire,
should
waiting
help
for
them to take
Daddy to
advantage
put
of growth
food on the
opportunities
table.
in that market,
Said it
while
before.
maintaining a level
We
of
got
protection in
too
down
many
markets.
mouths to
So
feed.
they're less concerned with
Well, we
market
got a few
volatility
less
and can
now,
focus
so you
more
should be
on the
happy.
things they're passionate
That ain't
about.
fair, Arthur. I earn
Talk with
my
your advisor
share.
about Shield annuities
Think
from
it's
Bright House
unreasonable
Financial.
to expect
Established by
others to do
MetLife.
the same? So,
We can't do
this
it.
house.
I'm telling you, it
You
can't
speak
be
to the
done. We are doing
Okay.
it. It's a done deal.
Let's keep
For
it down
$40,
now,
T-Mobile
gentlemen.
is offering
It's
unlimited.
just up ahead.
And the awesome iPhone 10R for every line.
Let's
So they get the new iPhone 10R and the plan for $40.
New iPhone 10R? That's bananas.
What's with the monkey head, Fred? Where's your remote?
Okay. Let's head down there.
When Domino's is out for delivery, use Domino's new dinner bell to get the family home. Ring the dinner bell and they'll come running for their mix and match favorites. Choose any two or more like bread twists, specialty chicken, pizza, or salads for only $5.99 each.
Can do this. Here we go. Discover. Hi, I like your card. I love all the cashback and security features, but I'm not going to pay an annual fee.
Let me do the talking. We don't want to scare these folks.
Discover has no annual fee on any of our cards, so it wasn't my tough guy act. No, we just don't have any annual fees. That's a relief. I've been working on that for a long time. If we had talked a month ago, that would have been a whole different call. I can imagine.
You two, get yourself out of sight.
No annual fee. No annual fee on any card, only from Discover.
Three nasty-looking degenerates.
Fox College Football presented by AT&T Business is sponsored by SoFi, personal finance company to fit your goals. And by Volkswagen, why settle for an SUV when you can have an SUVW? A lot of things that have happened in this game already, huh?
We got a lot of back and forth with Nebraska. So far, special teams kind of hurt them.
And a fourth down conversion. Touchdown on a 12-play drive. You had a kicker fall while trying to kick it.
Hello, friend.
Block punt.
What you
They
want?
did a safety.
I am
And
very
now you're going to
sorry
get a free kick
to
from Isaac
disturb you.
Armstrong.
My friends and I, well, we got into some trouble up the way. Lost in
The
the
Buckeyes
storm.
will have more good field position. Here comes
Gentlemen,
KJ
we
Hill.
can't help you, mister.
Crossing the 30 with a flag down.
Arthur, we got a
Down
problem.
from Jacob Weinmaster.
There's a corpse right here. No, I just need some. There's a body.
Also have a lot of flags on. Both these teams have struggled in that category this year.
Keep your eyes on Dutch.
There's no pen on the play.
I think you should go now, buddy.
You mentioned it, special teams has been the spot where Urban Meyer's team's gotten the better of Nebraska so far.
Yeah, well, so the box by surprise onside kick. We see that happen very often. You're really going to hurt Nebraska until this. The block punt leads to a safety now, giving the Ohio State Buckeyes the football once again.
Come here, Arthur. Come here.
Ohio State's first possession, they ran it all 4 plays and took it over on downs. Here they go, Mike Weber. It's my boy, Arthur. Good shooting. Goddamn, O'Driscoll boy's here. Wow.
They like the matchup with the running backs on the linebackers. As you can see, McCall just runs a little option route, breaking off the inside leverage from the Nebraska linebacker. Easy pitch and catch. 2 throws though. Now from Haskins.
Smells like a party. Turn the place upside down. Grab as many supplies as you can. McCall stays in there. First down from the 46. Running a wheel. Here's Hill. His first catch. Coming off back-to-back 100-yard receiving games, which is impressive alone. And then you read that out that Ohio State's not had anybody do that since Antonio Holmes 13 years ago.
It's a different offense, and they've got a bunch of wide receivers who can make plays in the passing game. Really stretch the field vertically, but they'll also dice you up in your zone coverage.
Second and short. Here's Weber for a first down. The Ohio State, under Urban Meyer, number 2 in the country in rushing.
Maybe they're hiding up here too. There's a big price on Colm O'Driscoll's head. Nearly as big as the one on yours.
That's so jarring for people to watch, even though they're still scoring more than 40 points per game, the way they're doing it. From the 42-yard line, Haskins sets his feet. Time to throw. A wide open Johnny Dixon. Ohio State has the lead for the first time.
Warm. We could maybe move the women and Jack down here.
Within 15 yards of him, and he takes advantage with a 42-yard touchdown.
This has been an issue for the Nebraska defense. In particular, the coverage in the back end.
Looks like the
Everyone
poor bastard was
Terry
married
McLaurin,
too.
left side of your screen. Excuse me, McLaurin. It's like Johnny Dixon running across wide open. Doesn't get much easier than that. Sometimes those wide open guys are the hardest ones to complete the football to. Not so much for Dwayne Haskins.
Fabiola has the extra point, and Ohio State quickly has jumped in front. 10-7 or 9-7 the score here in Columbus as Haskins picks up his 31st touchdown throw of the year.
This is actually under your budget.
Yeah, when you convince Geico could help you save on renters insurance.
Yeah, Geico helped me with renter's insurance too.
Rules.
They are, and Craig practices the accordion every night. The guy who sings karaoke by himself. I'm a very shy singer. You're tone deaf.
Yeah, shall we move on to the next one?
It's a great building. You'll love it here. We have mixers every Thursday.
Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance.
In a time of controversy, one thing is true. Our economy has roared back to life. The lowest jobless rate in 50 years. Wages up. As you vote, do you risk going back to double-digit unemployment and a dead economy? Democrats want immediate tax increases, government-run health care, and a rush to impeachment. Many of them want to abolish ICE and cripple border security. With what's at stake, do you want to take that risk? Teacher 45 is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hey, Daryl. Hey, how much would you pay for something you don't want?
Nothing. Is this a test?
No. Do you like getting stuff you like for free?
Yes, this feels like a test.
It's not.
Get 6 months free Apple Music on the network you deserve. Switch now and get $300 off our best phones.
Come in for a test drive, end up with a fun drive. The Volkswagen Drive to Decide event. Get a $1,000 bonus on select 2019 Jetta and 2018 Tiguan and Atlas 2.0T models.
For those who thirst for more, Coors Light is colder, cleaner, and crisper. To refresh you for what's next. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Fox College Football, presented by AT&T Business, is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Best damn band in the land. They are, aren't they?
They are. They're an absolute pleasure. Best thing is showing up Fridays when you hear them playing around the stadium. Once they're everyone kind of practicing and preparing for their big moment on Saturday, too.
Echoing throughout the stadium. Johnny Dixon from 42 yards. State leading 9-7.
Micah, Arthur, keep looking for stuff. Arthur, see if there's anything in the barn. Micah, you search the kitchen, see what we missed. Sure.
Washington will have a chance in this one from the center. Shy of the 20. Time for a game break. We have it on for the first time to Sam Farber.
Hello, Joe. Number 2 Clemson has feasted historically on Louisville's foul 4-0 versus the Cardinal, and Katie and Feaster trying to make them the perfect 5 for 5. 70-yard touchdown right now.
Strength of schedule in the ACC really come along.
Dolphins on the 19-yard line.
Okay, I'm going to see what's going on.
J.D. Spielman making a couple of men miss and turning nothing into a game of 5. Sean Wade brought him down. Yeah, we check in with Bruce.
Joe, after that first series where Nebraska just moved down the field, Larry Johnson, Ohio State's great D-line coach, warned his guys, be careful where your eyes are, the run fits. After that second series, he started telling them, they're telling you where they're blocking, which direction they're going. They picked up on something on the Nebraska line that they figured out.
All right, Bruce. They get pressure on Martinez here and force an errant throw.
Typically, one of the things that you can pick up on is based on who the ID is, the middle linebacker of the defense. They're most likely to ID where they're going. So a lot of times you can pick up the point of the center, and he's going to help tell you where they're going. So that's where you can be a little predictable sometimes as an offensive line.
Middle linebacker right now is tough for 132. What they say is like having a coach on the field. And those black uniforms today for the Buckeyes. 3rd and 5 for Nebraska. Empty it out for Martinez. We've seen him do damage running the ball so far. He throws it incomplete. Washington, the intended receiver. Malik Harrison with the coverage. And that is back-to-back 3-and-outs after the touchdown drive.
Didn't look like Bruce Watson really saw this football. He's going to run a slant route. Working against Harrison, he's got a step. Almost pulls up. That was odd. I wonder if he's feeling okay.
Armstrong to punt. His first one was blocked to the end zone for a safety. This time they set up a return. A.J. Hill lost it and got it back. And so from the 48-yard line, Ohio State will have it back in 30 seconds. Here's our look of confidence, brought to you by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. Dwayne Haskins, after missing his first throw, has hit 3 in a row, including a touchdown.
He should be confident. He's got a lot of weapons on the outside to throw to today. One he'll be without is Austin Mack. Surgery on an injured foot. So in his place is Benjamin Victor, who, with a huge catch versus Penn State, helped in that comeback win. They've got a quiet since.
Victor's in one-on-one to the bottom of the screen. That's the direction he's looking, and delivers to him with a flag down and a gain of 9.
I wonder if they're going to say it's a push-off by Victor. Sometimes that happens when you extend with both arms and you make your break.
Pass interference, offense, number 9, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Didn't look egregious when you go back and take a look. He's working on Boodle. It's really just a hand slap, but I'm not sure there's really much there. That's a bad call, in my opinion. You see that all the time in college football, and I don't agree with it. But going back to Benjamin Victor, looking for him to step up playing in replace of Austin Mack. But, you know, go back to the Purdue game a couple weeks ago. If he makes a couple of those plays in the red zone, that outcome of that game might be entirely different.
Put it on the ground here and nowhere to go. Dobbins gets a few out of it. Yeah, he had his best game numbers-wise, Victor did. He caught 5 passes, but there were several missed opportunities for him. And that's been the thing throughout his career. He's shown flashes, so much raw ability, but consistency has lacked.
Talking to the coaching staff, they almost wish they could redshirt him. Just have a little bit more development. You can see he's got a tall frame, but extremely skinny. He's done his best to put on more and more weight. Still could use a little bit more development.
Second down long for Ohio State. Haskins off play action. Gets rid of it just in time. Victor lost it and incomplete. There is a flag down.
You know, I think this time around they're going to call it against Nebraska.
Judging by the crowd's reaction, looks like you're right.
Pass interference, defense, number 23. Automatic first down at the spot of the foul.
DiCaprio Boodle.
Look at half at the top of his route. Nebraska likes to get up in your face, play press man-to-man, try to disrupt the timing of your routes. And I got to be honest, there wasn't much there either. You know, let these guys play. So far, that's 2 calls.
Shots!
On the jet sweep, Paris Campbell, couple of blocks in front. As dangerous as anybody in the Big Ten with a ball in his hands, and so they look for many ways as they can to get it to him.
When you talk about the lack of a running game, I think this is essentially a portion of your running game. It goes down as a pass, but it's just an outside run. It's a simple way of getting Paris Campbell the football in space where he becomes dangerous.
Inside the 40. Snap floated back there, threw off the timing a bit. Mohamed Berry stopped Dobbins.
To the center, Michael Jordan moved over after playing left guard last year, a little right guard back in 2016. But that's an area where I think they've seen the most drop off. And it's not an indictment on Michael Jordan. It's because Billy Price was that good. First round pick of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Second down and 6. Pressure coming. Haskins into the flats for the tight end Luke Farrell. He's coming off his best game. 4 catches against Purdue. The sophomore has a first down. Haskins is in 5 in a row after misfiring on his first toss. Is there a chance that this is just who they are in 2018? They're different than previous Ohio State teams?
And yeah, man, I think that's the hard thing for fans and people on the outside to deal with, is the fact that they've got a guy who may shatter every record they've ever seen at Ohio State passing the football.
He has all day and zips it high and incomplete off the hands of Hill.
But you mentioned them, Urban Meyer, and the way they've been able to run the football. And it's going to be different because of Haskins' ability to throw. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, he's playing at an extremely high level. It's everything else on the offense that I think has to get going around him. He's the last issue that you would say Ohio State has.
Yeah, where the lack of balance seems to become the biggest issue is once you get into the red zone. Dobbins, beautiful cut into space. First down and goal for Ohio State.
It's because they haven't had the ability to do that and be able to, in particular, run between the tackles where they should be able to. And this is a big, athletic offensive line, as I noted earlier. The problem is their pad level. They play too high. If you're not going to play lower than the man across from you, you're going to have a hard time moving them off the football. Doesn't matter how big you are.
Here they go into the red zone where they were 0 for 5 and trying to score touchdowns against Purdue. Dobbins, stop and start. He's in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Watch the left side of his offensive line. You talk about movement. They're able to position themselves to create a seam for J.K. Dobbins. And he's good enough to be able to find it and find the end zone.
And on back-to-back plays, he's matched his rushing total from the Purdue game. Well, he had just 24 yards on 11 carries. Extra point is good, and the Buckeyes have cranked things up here in the latter stages of the first quarter. Another quick break. Back to the horseshoe after this.
Emotional Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
It's a grade 3 sprain.
But I can still grill, right?
Your season's over.
But I'm a grill master, Doc. This is what I do.
His hot dogs are amazing.
Just use your other hand.
That's his Dr. Pepper hand.
Next time on Fansville.
You can do it. You can do it. Almost.
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Ohio State has figured things out the last few minutes, and that's a little more like it, the Buckeyes are saying.
That's running back coach Tony Alford talked to him before the game. He said, I really challenged Mike Weber, J.K. Dobbins, went back and showed him film earlier this year, them running physical, them making plays. The biggest thing he said is they just need to get more north and south, more vertical running, not so much horizontal, not so much hesitation. Be decisive, lower your pad level, and play physical.
Bruce Feldman letting us know that Mo Washington has gone to the locker room for evaluation of an apparent injury. And so instead, it's Jerron Woodyard to return this. And Woodyard has nowhere to go. Special teams splendid for Ohio State in this one so far. Two of the great programs in college football. Both started playing in 1890. Between them, 13 claimed national titles. They met a couple times in the 1950s, not again until Nebraska joined the Big Ten in 2011, and Ohio State has dominated the series, winning 5 of the 6.
Woody Hayes. It was fun visiting the Woody Hayes Center in Ohio State, seeing his statue outside, and as he was, with cleats on.
Martinez rolls and has an open man in the flats. That's J.D. Spielman, making a couple of men miss and getting a first down. Top 10 in Nebraska history already, and he's just a sophomore.
He's probably going to have all the records when it's all said and done, especially in this offense with Scott Frost, but it's in part because of the quarterback, Adrian Martinez, but also his skill set. I mean, he can do anything. They put him in the backfield, he'll play the slot, he can play outside. Very versatile, but extremely explosive.
Had a big game against Ohio State last year, 200 yards receiving. Martinez looking back, floating one with blown coverage, and Austin Allen has a big gain for the Huskers to the 30. 45 yards for the redshirt freshman on just his second catch of the year.
Scott Frost told us someone else has to step up, and it's really just a little bit of a hesitation and then the misdirection by Martinez. Good play design, too. They put Ozigbo out in the flat. It forced the backer then to focus on Ozigbo, not thinking I will get the football.
Back to the ground here. It is Ozigbo for a gain of 4 or 5. Well, hard to find an easier throw. I know he's wide open, but he's also 6'8". Close your eyes, throw it up, and get a big play.
I'm telling you, man, sometimes those wide open ones are the hardest ones to hit. Not laser focused in on where you're going to throw the football. You just make a proximity throw.
Which is large when it comes to Allen. A couple of huge tight ends. Allen, a Raftal, 6'8", 6'7". Trying to throw it back again. Ozigbo out of the backfield with a perfect strike and a first down to the 16.
And you're seeing the kitchen sink right now from Nebraska. A little bit of everything. Some misdirection. And all of a sudden coming back and targeting Ozigbo. And they don't target the running backs a ton in the passing game, but enough to keep you balanced.
First year under Scott Frost. First year with Adrian Martinez. The offense continues to grow. On first down, whip it outside to Stanley Morgan. He tries to go over the top, but he's still by Damon Arnett.
Nebraska offense gives you so many things to deal with. We talked a lot about the misdirection, but also in the formation. Like both tight ends on the outside, almost like lead blockers for the wide receivers. On the goal, it's kind of been a full game with the jumps already. And we're only through with a quarter. On to the second in Columbus.
A better SUV dares to ask why not. Like, why not versatile? Master of all seasons, all the prizes kind of versatile. Why not turn up the comfort? First class comfort. Why not make it rugged?
Real rugged.
But also smart. And of course, reliable. friend picking you up at midnight, reliable. And why not end with a big statement? Honda, awarded Best SUV Brand for 2018.
Here we go. Discover, I'd like a card, but I'm absolutely not paying an annual fee. Discover has no annual fee. Really? Yeah. We just don't believe in them. Oh, nice. You would not believe how long I've been rehearsing that.
No annual fee on any card, only from Discover.
Right now, all fries at Wendy's are just $1. That's a huge deal on any size of Wendy's natural cut sea salted goodness. But a deal this good won't last long. So get your dollar fries at Wendy's before they're gone.
Today's fluctuating interest rates can increase your anxiety when buying a new home. That's why Quicken Loans created our new exclusive Rate Shield approval. First, we lock your interest rate for up to 90 days while you find your new home. Then, if rates have gone up, your rate stays locked. But if rates have gone down, your rate drops. Either way, you win. It's the kind of thinking you'd expect from America's largest mortgage lender. If you're thinking about buying a home, call Quicken Loans or go to rocketmortgage.com today.
Carolina, Pittsburgh tonight, another A++ matchup on Thursday Night Football. Kansas, Big Ben, Luke Kuechly, and Antonio Brown. Antonio's car, Antonio's fur, and Antonio's dancing Heinz Field under the lights. Time for Manny Sandwich. Have you ever had a Manny Sandwich? You don't watch some action movie when a man of steel comes to take the Steel City. You watch the Panthers and the Steelers on Thursday Night Football. Got it? Good.
I'm Wilson Flores, and my research will soon be in outer space. I want to enable astronauts to travel farther. At Ohio State, I connected my passion for engineering with biology students to study the effects of zero gravity on muscle strength. My faculty mentor inspired me every step of the way. All of this because I chose to be a Buckeye.
Date with fashion and innovative Calvin Veil, the latest from Jordan collaboration. There's Mark Walden, Buster Rhymes, you see it there as well. The new Jordan 3 holding up.
Celebrities go under.
Good looking shoe.
Grammy winners,
Releasing
Emmy
two
winners,
materials,
and
leather
Hall
and
of Fame
suede.
players. Television's biggest guessing game ever. Bella Hadid. P. Diddy. Well, I have goals. The show is messing with my mind. The Masked Singer premieres Wednesday, January 2nd.
I have a feeling I know who you are.
On Fox. Ever wonder why the quarterback is often the best looking guy on team? Think about it. Who gets the ball in the playground in the 4th or 5th grade? The handsome kid. The girls think he's cute, the boys think he's cool, and this process begins. You drop an album, picking up. You know, the thing about dynasties, people say they don't like them, but they watch them.
Yeah, big plans for the planet.
Scientists who want to keep Mars untouched will have to fight. What you're doing is not right.
Welcome back to Fox College Football, sponsored by AT&T Business. And aerial coverage of today's game brought to you by our good neighbors at State Farm. Get ready to open the second quarter. Nebraska on the move. They've got it second down at the Ohio State 11. A lot of misdirection there, but it didn't for Ohio State as Devon Hamilton gets the tackle at the line of scrimmage of Ozigbo.
Which brings up a crucial third down for Nebraska. You're going to take all the opportunities you can on the road versus this Ohio State team to capitalize and get touchdowns, not field goals in this portion of the field.
Martinez fires one. That's caught right at the sticks by Brian Reimers, and he's got enough for a first down.
Just too much cushion from Ohio State. You got to get one, challenge them. I mean, look at all that space to throw to. And this is stealing. And as accurate as Adrian Martinez has been this year, I know he's a true freshman, but he's going to take advantage of it.
He does to the former walk-on. He just put on scholarship this year. So first down and goal.
Martinez gets involved in the quarterback run game. Nebraska's in that unbalanced formation.
And the ball came late. Oh, left side was moving. The phase where Nebraska's going to hold on better lately.
Offense, number 86, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Overall, though, one of the most penalized teams in the country.
You talked to Adrian Martinez about playing in the shoe, playing in front of 100,000 people. Said, oh, I've done that before. He goes, I do it at home all the time. No, but you're on the road. There's going to be some crowd noise there.
And they want you to be able to hear in Lincoln. Play a little bit up at Michigan, where Nebraska got rolled earlier this year. He keeps it. Now looks to throw it, and does backwards. That is scooped up, and Ohio State's got it. Poor decision from Martinez. Leads to a turnover. Jonathan Cooper, the recovery.
This is just a true freshman mistake. This is part of that triple option we talked about from shotgun, but look, there's a guy responsible for J.D. Spillman. That's Shaun Wade waiting out there for him. There's no need to force that football. At that point, you've got to run forward and just get what you can. It's what you come to expect when you've got an inexperienced player out there in his first year starting. We saw more of these mistakes early in the season from Adrian Martinez, and he's cleaned up a lot of that since then. He feels the pressure to press because of what Ohio State's done on offense the past couple series.
Nebraska had it first down and goal inside the 5. They wind up turning it over. Ohio State back on offense, promptly draw a flag of their own.
Offense number 25, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Ugly.
And that's one of those that should never happen. Wide receivers, running backs, those guys should always be watching the football regardless of what the cadence is. If you're going on a silent count, you still shouldn't be moving before that ball snapped. Different for the offensive lineman, not so much for the skill players.
Already 7 penalties in this game for the two teams combined. Oh, first down and long, and to the ground they go with Weber. He's run for more than 2,200 yards in his career. He's the freshman of the year in the Big Ten 2 years ago, but then last year the door was open when his hamstring was injured for J.K. Dobbins, who had such a huge freshman season. They've shared the load here in 2018, both trying to get things going. Second down 11. Weber swings out of the backfield, and Haskins gives it to him. He lost the ball. Hit out of bounds. And Ohio State dodges a bullet. That'll come back to where the fumble was lost, which is a couple of yards shy of the first down marker.
Almost a disaster. And watch as Weber goes vertical. It's the shoulder of Lamar Jackson that knocks the football out.
Forward out of bounds. By rule, the ball comes back to the spot of the fumble. It'll be third down.
Well-placed shoulder of Lamar Jackson to get that football out. Talked about Ohio State and looking at this rushing attack with Mike Weber. And it's not like those guys have forgotten how to run the football. Dobbins, a 1,000-yard rusher last year, Weber 2 years ago.
A third down and short. Weber goes out. Dobbins comes in. Haskins looks to throw, and it's incomplete. Lamar Jackson with the coverage on Terry McLaurin, and it's fourth down.
One of the things you take for granted when you've got a guy like Terry McLaurin, who's very versatile, he can play anywhere on this offense, a wide receiver, but Austin Mack is the guy who plays that X receiver, that split end. A lot of timing routes are there. It takes a lot of time to build that chemistry. You can't just stick anyone back in there and expect to see the same results.
So Drew Crispin to punt. We've talked about how much Ohio State has dominated this series the last 2 years. This is the first punt against Nebraska for Ohio State in 3 games. And it's a good one. Or looks like a perfectly thrown ball. And great coverage on J.D. Spielman. Nebraska will have the football, and you come back to Columbus. Hope the college football Saturday is off to a great start.
Whatever your big job is, come into the Ram Black Friday sales event and get a great deal on the truck with the best resale value in the industry. And find out for yourself why more people are switching to Ram trucks than ever before. Because of all the things you've built this year, some are sweeter than others. Great deals going on all month at the Ram Black Friday sales event.
Now get 1,000 Black we still have the broadcast going. I just realized that. Such a burnout.
Ram 1500. We asked you to try Coke Zero Sugar, and the verdict is in.
People everywhere are loving the great Coke taste. To celebrate, we're not going to do anything over the top. Just pour Coke Zero Sugar over ice. Sit back and take it all in.
Dave & Buster's introduces unlimited video game play and unlimited wings for just $19.99 every Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. All-you-can-eat wings and endless video games for $19.99 only at Dave & Buster's.
Haha, I kept y'all waiting to the Zero broadcast. So exits to run.
You asked and it's back. The Papa John's Double Cheeseburger Pizza brings cheeseburgers and pizza together challenge and takes the best ever. For $11, there are lots of double beef, crispy class cheese, double potatoes, and pickle.
Sorry, Aaron, I know the state's been defense. We're paying the truck now, so State Farm, you can pack those khakis and protected by us.
Sneaky little bastard. Should I kill him? No. Not yet.
Fox College Football presented by AT&T Business is sponsored by Ram Trucks. Built to serve. Now by State Farm. Help life go right. Back at Ohio Stadium. Buckeyes in front of the Huskers.
Southwest of here, near the lake.
10 consecutive games of the turnover for Nebraska after Adrian Martinez ill-advised for the second longest streak among Power 5 teams.
And the question is, how does he respond? You know, true freshman on the road, how does he respond after making that mistake? Didn't hurt the school board, but obviously hurt the field position.
Do what you want with him.
On the program, everybody that knows Martinez talks about his maturity. He's never too high, never too low. He comes back with a throw that's too high, and Kurt Raftall can't pull it in. There is a flag that comes in late, and perhaps a targeting call going against Ohio State. Ron Snodgrass has been a busy guy today.
These are always so difficult to make. Anytime you have a receiver double clutch the football.
Personal foul. Targeting. Defense. Number 4. Plays under further review.
That is Ohio State's leading tackler, Jordan Fuller.
Watch this. Raftall comes down to the ground. He tried to double catch it. You know, I don't think there's an intent by Fuller to hit him where he does. You know, initially he's up high as he starts to go, and he's trying to go low, but because Raftall double clutches it and is trying to get the football, he then starts to go down. I mean, you can see when Fuller really started to commit, he's up higher, and unfortunately because he's trying to go get that football, it ends up being a hit right to the helmet of Raftall. It's an unfortunate play.
Yeah, unfortunately, as we know, the onus is on the defender to avoid that kind of contact, regardless of what the offensive player did. Kind of moving in his direction. Our rules expert, Dean Blandino, watching this one back in Los Angeles. Dean, good morning there. What do you see on this play?
Good morning. Yeah, and this is the tough part of the rule because it's clear that the defender's trying to do the right thing. He's using the shoulder. He's keeping the head out.
After
But
review,
again,
the ruling of the
leading with
field
the
is
shoulder.
confirmed. Number 4 is disqualified for the remainder of the contest. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
This is tough, considering when you're looking at this Ohio State secondary and struggling with physical waves and big plays.
Out in the salad. Wild thing, ain't ya?
When you're not looking at a secondary that's got more experience coming in.
She's one of them O'Driscolls. No, she ain't, Michael.
Like I was saying, he's leading with the shoulder. The receiver is the best person to have personal contact to the head neck. It is tough.
It is a significant loss for Ohio State. Second straight year,
We need
juniors
you.
led the Buckeyes in tackles in a defense that is already struggling. Now without one of the top players. The first down
We
from
need
the
to get out of
26.
here.
Newton trying to get around the corner. Pete Warner tries to track him down, but he's able to stay on his feet before getting pelted on the sideline by Baron Browning.
You gotta love the athleticism of Baron Browning. A sideline to sideline backer. They put him at that middle linebacker position in their nickel packages.
Can't stay here.
Tracks Morgan all the way to the sideline. Doesn't give up.
You come with us.
Togiai, too, the true freshman, tracking him down.
It's okay.
Bob Morgan was able to get 4 out of that, so second and 6. Martinez.
It's okay.
Goes down to the backfield. Malik Harrison brings him down.
We'll keep you safe until you figure out what you want to do.
Malik Harrison saw the
What's your
Nebraska
name,
tries from their tackle trap play. Where the tackle comes back inside to pin one of the defensive linemen. And once there's that void created, you've got to shoot through that gap and make a play. Harrison did.
He was my husband.
From the turn. Ohio State bringing pressure. Martinez stays alive for a moment, but then as soon as he let it go by Pete Warner. And fourth down coming up.
Somebody's coming.
This place to the spring, but it's Ohio State.
Looks like it's Dutch.
Take a look at the
everybody, Dutch is back.
up front.
How'd you
Look
get
how many
on?
players are crossing in front of your face.
Michael found a homestead, but you weren't the first. Colm O'Driscoll and his scum, they beat us to it. We found some of them there. There is more about, apparently. Scouting the train.
That's the last thing we need right now, Dutch.
Well, it is what it is. We found some supplies, some blankets, a little bit of food, and this poor soul, Mrs. Adler, Miss Tilly, Miss Karen, would you warm her up, give her a drink or something? And Mrs. Adler, it's gonna be okay. You're safe now. They turned her into a widow. Animals. I need some rest. I haven't slept in 3 days.
You're over here. Miss O'Shea will show you the way. Mr. Morgan, we put you in a room over here.
Thank you, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Bell, you're with the fellas over there.
What? How come Arthur gets a room and I get a bunk bed next to Bill Williamson and a bunch of turkeys? Get yourself to bed.
These people, they speak a language we cannot understand. Deductible?
Definitely speaking insurance.
Additional interest on umbrella policy? Can you translate?
Damage minimization, civil commotion.
When insurance needs translating,
He's been seen in days. He's strong and he's smart.
He wants his grandparents' birthday card. It's a high
Hello, Arthur.
AT&T provides edge-to-edge intelligence covering
Arthur.
virtually every part of
How
your
you doing?
manufacturing business. And so this all happened. Because you've made sure this sensor and this machine are integrated.
I'm sorry to answer.
This little Jack. He's got himself caught in the scrape
He
again.
ain't been seen in 2
Except for the daily theft of your
days.
You're John.
AT&T provides edge-to-edge intelligence. It can do so much for your business, the list goes on and on. That's the power of and this shit.
Whatever your big job is, come into the Ram Black Friday sales event and get a great deal on the truck with the best resale value in the industry. And find out for yourself why more people are switching to Ram trucks than ever before. Because of all the things you've built this year, some are sweeter than others. Great deals going on all month at the Ram Black Friday sales event.
Now get 1,000 Black Friday bonus cash for an average $10,000 in total values on the all-new 2019 Ram 1500.
Fox College football is presented by AT&T Business, providing edge-to-edge intelligence.
But that ain't changing because he got caught in some snowstorm.
Please go take a look. Javier?
Yes.
Javier, will you ride out with Arthur and take a look for John? You're the 2 best fit men we've got.
Never seen anything like Dwayne Haskins at the quarterback position. He's got a very, very bright future
pretty
playing on
worried.
Sundays.
I know.
Back to that argument of
The situation will reverse.
You don't need to have that. Look at the NFL. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. Those guys don't need to be able to move
Thank
around.
you.
And they can throw like they can. They'll throw it on first down here to the tight end, Johnny Dixon.
Last I know, John was headed up the river.
For all we know, he can't ride north and never look back.
You wouldn't leave. Not like that. Wouldn't be the first
It's
time.
tough when you see the play before not to make the case for Boodle for Nebraska.
Defensive player number 1.
I think they said officials timeout. Get the exact reason for it. I wonder if they're reviewing this upstairs to indeed see if it was started.
Hey, I see some smoke. Come on, let's take a look. Let's hope it ain't more of O'Driscoll's boys.
Well, they blow it down.
Seems somebody left. Recently.
Replay and stop the game.
That way.
To review the
Sure,
previous
well,
play
on there.
for potential targeting.
There's some tracks into the river.
Exactly what it is. Johnny Dixon had to leave the game there.
Go back and take another look.
See, they
It's
continue
tough
it
because the
that way.
defender behind Dixon's bringing him down, and Boodles.
You think it's John?
You tell me.
Trying to lead with a short, trying to
These
do
are
the right
horse
thing.
tracks for sure,
The
but
burden's on the defensive
could be
player in
anyone.
this case.
Let's just see where they lead.
So,
Dean, we
you
need
were
you
there,
again.
Javier.
What do you got?
What really happened on that boat?
Yeah, it's
We had the money, it seemed fine.
Where it's tough
And
on the
suddenly they were
defender,
everywhere.
The receivers
Bounty
leverage
hunters?
changes.
No,
But you're
Pinkerton.
leading with the shoulder.
It was crazy.
Typically when they stop
Raining
the game
bullets.
to review this for targeting, many times they create that foul. This is close, but I think
Take
by
it
the
slow.
letter of the
Big
law,
ravine
it
here.
is targeting.
That would be a huge loss
Dutch
for Nebraska
killed a
when you
girl.
look at their two quarterbacks.
Bad
Plays
way.
some pretty good football in the type of
But it was a
scheme
bad
that
situation.
they like to put on the
That ain't
outside,
like
up in
him.
your face, press man-to-man coverage. Cam Taylor would probably be the next guy in. It's true pressure.
Tracks go
It's
left.
all over
Down
for
here.
a guy on the road facing a very talented group of wide receivers at Ohio State.
Davey got shot. Mac and John both shot
Tough
too.
ones. I mean, what?
Sean, we
much
don't
of a
even
hit
know.
window, or much of
I'm
a
surprised we escaped
try
at
to
all.
make a play on the
By
receiver
the
at
time
that
you
point.
boys showed up from the other side of town, we were
And
only
it's
just holding on.
Part of the rule to try to make the game safer for players.
Bad business,
And
all right.
it has done its job in that regard, but there are still plays where
That snow's coming in hard again.
for the defense.
We'll lose these tracks if we don't move
That's
fast.
the tough part for fans is to go back and look at it. Think there's not an intent on the player. I don't think he's trying to, contact Johnny Dixon.
After review, the receiver caught the ball, made a move with a runner. Therefore, he's not defenseless. There is no targeting on the play.
And so the key here is because it would have been the version of targeting to the head of a defenseless player, because he had made a move and wasn't defined as defenseless anymore, and Boone didn't lead with his helmet, they don't throw the targeting penalty.
Careful, it's getting narrow here.
And so Bruno stays in the game. Second down and 1. Ohio State. J.K. Dobbins. That's the first down of the arms of Luke Gifford.
Yeah, a lot of fresh snow
It's two
here.
different versions of targeting. There's the one with the launcher leading right your head, and then there's the defensive
push
player.
on a little bit.
Any body part
Maybe we'll
to
pick
the
up the
head
trail
of
again.
that defensive player. He was not defined as defenseless.
Almost there, boy. Come on now.
First down from the 44.
Hey, look, over there. You see that?
Haskins lost it, able to get it back, and deliver a strike for the first down to Dixon. Johnny Dixon having a monster first half for the Buckeyes. Here he's got 26.
Point by Haskins, though, drops a perfect shot at Dixon still keeps his eyes downfield and finds his read. Our quarterbacks will get flustered, be behind in their progression, and end up finding the wide open guy, not Haskins.
Already 77 yards for Dixon. Here's Dobbins. Not all room that time. Denrick Young stopped it.
It's coming from up ahead
Clearly,
somewhere.
from the beginning of this game, Ohio State's intent to run the football. Proved all the naysayers that they can't. They're still a physical football team. That's going to be the biggest thing. When you talk to Ronnie Day, it talked about the attitude and really the physicality in which the offensive line plays. They just need to get back to having that sort of attitude against their opponents.
Play action on second down, and he gets hit by JoJo Doman. That's a fumble and a turnover. Nebraska's got it at the 35. And it's the converted the man that recovered. First down, Nebraska. Shot out of a cannon off of the edge.
And if there's one thing that's been effective, you see Doman off the right side. It's been pressure. Either Haskins hasn't seen it at times, or he's seen it and he's tightened up and made poor decisions. 3 interceptions on the year when getting pressure. And clearly this one, you see Doman coming the entire way. The toughest part is he gets hit on that throwing arm side.
Watch out here.
But monitor that moving forward.
So Nebraska has it back at the 36. Martinez into the short side. Stan Morgan. And he's close to a first down with a stop from Damon Arnett. The turnover on both sides. Lots of penalties on both sides. Ohio State with a 16-7 lead. But Nebraska with a first down near midfield.
Stay close to the wall. Up this way.
Maurice Washington, who Bruce reported earlier, went to the locker room. They're checking on his leg. He's back in the game. And he's part of this option play. He's got it. A late pitch from Martinez, and Pete Werner with the tackle on a gain of 6. We look back at that big hit on Dwayne Haskins.
It's right kind of to the upper rib area where you don't have a lot of protection there. Once you lift your arm up to throw, you're exposed.
Ball it to Spielman. First down and then some for J.D. Spielman inside the Ohio State 35 on a gain of 16.
Spielman's so good out.
Stop that. You don't need to be attracting attention.
But Ohio State's exposed Mondale Moore for Purdue a couple weeks ago. I think Spielman's kind of a similar type play.
Yeah, stocky, stronger than they look. Spielman, a great athlete. He was actually originally committed to Ohio State to play lacrosse. Offer never came for football. But again, he's been for Nebraska. Martinez scrambling with a flag down. He'll run. And tiptoes right out for a first down. Let's see what the flag is.
That's a few days. I know.
It's getting a little chippy down there.
Here. Take a drink of that. Thanks.
Stanley Morgan and Damon Arnett will get into it a little bit.
Offside. Defense, number 86. Penalty is
Let's keep moving now.
the play.
Come on.
First down.
We've seen Draymond jump off sides today now. Offside.
John, where are you? John! John, can you hear me?
J.D. Spielman. That name should be familiar for many people who are Ohio State fans. He's the nephew of Chris Spielman, legendary linebacker.
John, short. Second down.
See the son of Chris Spielman, general manager for the Minnesota Vikings. Oddly enough, Chris Spielman will be calling the Detroit Lions Minnesota Vikings game this weekend.
Spotted him a little bit short, so second and 1. Martinez shoves a couple of tacklers. Out going in the wrong direction and pulled down for a loss of 5.
Quite a scratch you got there. Never thought I'd say this, but good to see you, Arthur Morgan.
In regards to carries, and it seems like Ohio State's intent on forcing him to keep the football.
You don't look so
team
good.
speed, it's hard to be able to find an edge to get to.
That was Brendan White who tackled him. Seeing some time. Jordan Fuller lost the tackling penalty. 3rd down 6.
Don't die just yet, cowboy. Come on, compadre.
Martinez rolls, turns the shoulders wide open, but did he get a foot down? It's Williams. They say that he didn't. First down to the 14.
The question would be, did the first foot come down before out of bounds? But watch as Martinez rolls out. The end of this. Little flick. That's one of the things you have to be impressed
On the field is a completed catch. That ruling is under further review.
All right.
Let's take a look.
I think so. Come on.
Hopefully
this will lead us out.
Catch down. That's a reception. In real time, though, you can see what the visual has an issue with that. It kind of happened pretty quick, but we'll make sure we get it right.
So the first year junior college transfer.
For the horses.
Junior college national championship. Mississippi Community College.
Okay, here we go, John.
Nebraska could
We'll leave them to
put
Arthur.
down.
His 9th catch on the season, taking him over 100 yards for the year. But going back to our initial conversation about this wide receiver group, really all the tight ends, pass catchers.
Bring them this way.
Hey,
see if it can match up with you.
Okay, let's get going before any more of these bastards show up.
Long catch for Austin Allen. And then the two third down pickups in red guys that are typically under the radar. Winners there before that was Brian Ryan. Brett shut it down to the Ohio State 14. And then Roberto knows it. Ball is inside. Brendan White, another tackle. Talked about the emergence of a single purpose man.
Come on, man. Let's get back to the others.
He's leaner. He's able to make the more agile plays like jumping over a lot like that. That's no short. Back to losing ball. Pushes his way to the two.
Just like
First down and goal for Nebraska.
New fella? Got bit by a dog.
Nebraska's going to change what they're doing right now. It's Ohio State that needs to make an adjustment.
You ain't gonna die.
Get some bigger bodies.
Not yet.
Cover more of the offensive linemen. Now they're running right down the middle of your defense.
Yeah, it's going to be another offsides penalty. This one on Robert Landers. Set him over to inside for one.
More coming down the hill. We got more wolves on the left. Get out of here! Get out! You see any more, Arthur?
Don't think so.
Should ride in the water for a bit. Try to lose his scent. Don't want to leave a trail right back to camp.
You know, we're gonna need to come up with a better story for that scar. So, freezing, bleeding, starving, damn near getting eaten to death ain't good enough for you. Yeah, come on. Let's push hard and get back.
See those buildings up ahead, John? That's where we camped. Nearly there.
Another sustained drive for the Cornhuskers, and they're back to within a score here late in this first half. It's in large part because of Adrian Martinez's ability.
We get some help here.
A little misdirection with the zone read. You can see once Chase Young is frozen like that, he knows that he's the free defender that he can beat.
We get some
And the
help.
Nebraska offensive line
Need
creates a
some
lane on the
help
right
here.
side.
Come on, help him down.
You're alive! You're alive!
Here we go. There we go.
Ay, careful, idiotas. It's his leg.
Come on, let's get you warm. Thank you, Mo.
But Nebraska
This is
forces
a new
this
low, even by your standards.
pay it off.
Thank you,
Martinez touchdown.
Thank you. Any other lost maidens need saving?
Not today.
Have you and Dutch talked about how we're gonna get out of this?
Just discussing with Herr Strauss when the weather breaks. I suppose we'll have to keep heading east.
East? Into all that? That's civilization.
I know. The west is where our problems are worse. Come on, Herr Strauss. Let's get warm.
Thank you, Mr. Martin.
Make Chick-fil-A your game day ritual with the Chick-fil-A app. Earn points, redeem rewards. Anna and Mark are heading into retirement.
We've been running
and
for weeks.
a little nervous. But
We
not so
found
much about
shelter.
what market volatility
Been
may do
resting
to
here in
retirement
some old
savings.
abandoned mining
That's
town
because
while
they
we
have a
wait
shield
to
annuity
thaw.
from Bright House Financial, which
Hardly the
allows them to
spring
take
I
advantage
had
of
been
growth
hoping
opportunities
for.
in the up markets while maintaining a level of protection in down markets, so they can focus on new things like exotic snacks. Talk with your advisor about shield annuities from Bright House Financial, established by MetLife.